Back after the break, and what we're going to do now is put down a track. Okay, I'll put down, I've got my trusty little loop here, so let me get it all happening. And so I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to put down just a tempo, and that's about right. There it is there, if you can hear that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's our little track. And then what happens, I might just stop it for a second. What happens now is I've got it in my little loop station now, so I can have a bit of fun with that. But now we start talking about what scales would go well over that. Okay. Now because it's essentially an A major 7 with an A in the bass, of course, but when we move up, using the A as a pedal, so the A is always going to be there. And the thing about it, I'm going from A major 7 down to a, what's that now, G major 7, but with an A in the bass, okay, that kind of thing. So I can get a little bit tricky as far as the right notes to play, so I'm just going to go exploring sort of thing. And first of all, there's nothing wrong with the good old A major scale. Now, let me just quickly go over the A major scale. It's 3 sharps. You've got the F sharp, the C sharp, sorry, what am I talking about? Yes, F sharp, C sharp and G sharp. What am I talking about? There it is there. And what you want to do is be able to play any major scale on any part of the fingerboard, you see. So you have various positions you want to play. The A major scale, but look where I went from and to. Okay, so that's basically what happens. Let's see if that fits our little song for tonight. Here we go. Roughly, maybe because I'm using a flattened 7th, okay, I need to flatten the 7th in the scale. So instead of playing, oh sorry, pardon me, that's what I meant to do. What am I doing there? Sorry, pardon me. Maybe I need to do this. You see, that has the flat 7. Sorry for mixing that up. All live to tape, and I'll just leave that right in there. So what happens? Let's see if that fits. That seems to fit nicely. So what I've done is I've taken the A major scale and essentially I've flattened the 7th degree. Now what I've actually gone and done is I've turned it into a Mixolydian mode. Okay, that is quite an important scale for different things, and all I've done is taken the major scale and flattened the 7th degree. So instead of a normal major scale simply being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay, I've done this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, 8, and all of a sudden I've taken a scale that sort of fits. It's sort of okay. I mean, you know, 6 out of 7 notes are fine, but because I'm playing that to that, that's the flattened 7th, you see. So if I put that into the scale that I'm going to solo or create a melody over or sing to, basically I'd probably want to flatten the 7th, otherwise it's going to sound a bit clunky. Let me explain what goes on there. If I, in the key of A major, decide to play a G sharp, okay, that kind of, there's a G sharp, that fits nicely over A major. But if I'm going to play the flat 7th, what's actually happening is I'm playing a G natural. Now the thing about it is that if I'm actually doing that, okay, now what happens is there's the note there. Now let me play the G sharp. Now I'll play the 2 notes together. Not good. Imagine trying to sing that note while the guitarist is playing the other note. Clang. So it doesn't quite fit. So the A Mixolydian mode seems to fit quite nicely. So let's put the little thing that I've put down again on. There it is there. It fits. Now, that seems to be okay. I'll stop it again. Now, what am I really playing there? I've actually taken the G sharp away. So from a scale, the A major scale that has 3 sharps in it, F sharp, C sharp and G sharp, I've taken away the G sharp and made a G natural. So what am I really playing? That's the real question about theory, you know, how all of this fits, right? And what happens is I'm left with F sharp and just C sharp. Now what scale has just the F sharp and the C sharp? Okay, it's the D major scale. Okay, so there it is there, and we'll play it up here. All sorts of places, but anyway, there you go. It's a D major scale. So what I'm really doing in another way, without trying to confuse you alls out there in TV's lands, is basically tell you that by just changing one note, the G sharp to a G natural, I've created a situation where I'm essentially playing the D major scale over an A major song. Okay, and what goes on is if I flatten the 7th, I'm actually coming up with a Mixolydian mode. It all sounds like gobbledygook, doesn't it? But let it sink in, because this is the language of Miles Davis, very famous jazz trumpet player. It's not just very famous, I mean he's a legend. And all your modal kind of playing, you know, when we talk about guitar in a rock context, we're probably talking about the Steve Vais and the Joe Satrianis and stuff like that. Frank Zappa used to use the Mixolydian mode a lot.